Hey everybody, it's Lance the Lush. It's the LTL General Chat for Friday, September the 8th, 2017. Now, Lush fans, I'll be the first one to admit I have no idea who's going to show up tonight. I really don't. And a lot of it has to do with there's a couple of chats going on right now. Now, I'm sorry about that. I had to double check who was on at the moment. Now, at the moment, you have if I pull the hang-up screen back up, Harry or a Blue Nose Beer Reviews has a chat right now at the moment. So that's something to where he has going on. Let's see here. Craig and Kent Beer Reviews is over there. Let's see, Clueless Beer Drinkers over there. There's actually a few people over there. Now, keep in mind, they're over in the UK, so I know they're there's 1, 2, 3. I know they're at least 4 hours ahead of me right now. So they're in a little bit different scenario. Even though it's always a treat to see Harry in the chats, it really is, because he's aspiring to be a brewmaster. And that's something I want to be to. I really do. Now, right now, we got one watching right now. At least I did. But it's one of those ones where we'll see. We'll see who shows up tonight. Wow. I wonder if let me check one thing here. Just out of curiosity. You gotta bear with me, folks. Like, I kind of jumped on this late because I started watching Harry's chat. I did. Let me see if he's around. Just because. And I hate my keyboard. I do. Let's see what it says. Wow, I'm not tagging with drunken one. Wow. I did not know that. Oopsie. Wow. I guess it's not going to let me do it that way. Oh, well. Things happen. I close you. Now I bring the other screen back up to the general chat. No, that's not what I wanted. I don't want VLC player. Yeah, you know, all this stuff open, it kind of sucks. I had to put that up there, so I apologize for that. I put it at the top of the chat so everybody know that I exist. You know, being Labor Day, it is the deadest week of the year. And people, and this is ones to where, and a buddy of mine is like this, being a total smart ass like he is. Joe, I love you. You know I do. But I had to put it out there so people know I'm actually out there doing something right now. As I was saying, Labor Day is the deadest week of the year. You can't do anything about it. Heck, even the week between Christmas and New Year's has more action going on than the week of Labor Day. I mean, it always has been that way, always will be that way. You just can't do a damn thing about it. Now, I will say this. There has been some news. Not a lot, but some news in general from the national stage. Now, this is from why did it just do that? There we go. This is from the Business Insider. It says craft beer's argument for not selling out is totally flawed. It's great news for Anheuser-Busch, and Heineken. Now, before I begin, let me put the link in the chat. is I'm going to read this. Now, according to the webpage, it states, despite craft brewing fans' battles against industry giants, most Americans don't really care who makes the beers they drink. 45% of American drinkers believe that independence do not matter when picking a craft beer. According to the UBS's Evidence Labs third annual survey, roughly 1,200 U.S. alcohol consumers. Now, there's the first problem right there. There's 316 million people in this country. Now, if you whack that in half of people that don't drink, then whack it again, that's a sizable number. And 1,200 just is not enough. And they know that. I know they know that. And it says in the article, in other words, almost half of Americans don't care at all if a trendy craft beer, is owned and produced by AB InBev, the maker of Bud Light, which has been around for 30 fucking years, or a small craft brewery completely independent from industry giants. Only 30% of respondents said that independence was extremely important to their craft beer. In all honesty, that number is gotta be closer to 50%, not 30. And I'm looking at the graph here below this paragraph, and I'm calling it completely into question, you know. And it says further, most people don't mind if a craft beer is acquired by a major company. Bullshit. I call straight bullshit on that right now. Because a lot of people do care. And it's like, when they say most, what are you talking about? 60%? 65%? There's a lot of people, including myself, that care. They do. And when you say that, you know what? No. Sorry, guys, my cigar is going off. And I scroll down. As a result, UBS analyst Nick Oliver concludes that major companies like AB InBev and Heineken can win the craft with M&A, as long as they can convince drinkers that craft brands acquire trustworthy and high quality. You know, I was on Joe D's chat earlier today. We actually talked about this very subject, and people actually know what they're looking for. And we brought up Goose Island, and their quality did start to slide, but it was a long slide. And you can say your palate changes. Yes, that is true. However, there's a lot more than that. So it's one of those ones to where, hey, what can you do? It's like a John Pierre just popped up. Yes, it is. And I don't know if he's actually going to pop in, but he's definitely on the chat right now. So welcome. I'm actually talking about this Business Insider article right now about about people don't care about people. Well, people don't care about where the beer is coming from. Now, if you go to actually on the if you look on the chat, I put a link to the description, link in the chat, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to continue talking about it. It says here, many craft. Okay, he's on here twice, and I have no idea. I guess I'm double trouble tonight. It looks like. I lost my train of thought all of a sudden. It says, many craft brewers have resisted a question, argued that independence. Oh, there's John Pierre. Welcome.
What's going on, Lance? How are you, my friend?
Nothing much. Why are you on here twice?
I don't know why. Let me.
Okay, well,
there you go. That's gone.
Okay, I was wondering.
It's gone now. So
I thought I was in double trouble tonight.
Ha. Yes. I just got home about maybe 10 minutes ago. Ate something real quick. I had a little rice and beans, and I was just kind of checking a few things around with a friend who's kind of carless right now. So I came home, ate something, poured a beer, ate that, and now I saw you popped up. I said, all right, let me talk with Lance for a little bit. You know, it's my first weekend I actually have off, and it's going to be the first and last, probably until around Christmas time that I'm
Oh
going to be
no.
off. Exactly. But hey, I got to do what I got to do at my job. You know, we work in entertainment. We do a lot of weddings and things like that. So, you
Yeah,
know,
so your weekends are
that's what it is.
totally booked, like for week in and week out. I totally understand that.
Totally. So Saturdays, a little break in between. Some Sundays I have to work sometimes, but most I'm usually off. But most Saturdays I'm always doing something. So.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's like I was kind of hesitant to come on tonight because like Harry right now is running a live chat. Now they're over
Okay.
he's over in the UK, but they're I think 4 or 5 hours ahead of us, or ahead on
Right.
Eastern time. So like I popped in my head and showed some support. He knows I'm doing my chat right now. And it's
Right.
weird because at one point when I first started, I was the only person doing something Friday night. All of a sudden, everybody's doing something Friday night. What's going on around here?
Well, I mean, you know, now we're in the fall season. I don't know. I think maybe it's just, you know, some folks, you know, with obviously, you know, streaming's been around for a while, but now it's more prevalent. I think people rather chill at home. They can pop something up on their DVD player, or maybe put up their smart TV or whatever, PlayStation, watch Hulu, Netflix, Crackle, whatever the movie they're on. They just don't feel like, you know, some do go out, but most times they just rather, you know,
I got you.
people's schedules change. You know, things have changed constantly. You know, you rather, you know, because yeah, I mean, usually Wednesday night, Thursday nights, Friday nights. You think people go out to dinner and they'll go get some, you know, go to the movies, and you know, particularly the new movie of the week coming out, they'd rather go see that. And but that has changed, you know, and maybe Hollywood ain't putting out some good shit, so that's why, hey, let's stay home and we can watch on Netflix or something they just recently brand new they just put out and straight to DVD, and you know, and there it is. So you know,
There you go.
yeah, as far as me tonight, I'm just, you know, taking it easy tonight. I'm probably going to be on this for long, but like I said, it's my first weekend I'm off, and try to watch a lot of college games tomorrow. And I got a friend, my cousin, her daughter's best friend is coming up to stay with me because, you know, buses, you know, going up from, you know, where she's in Jacksonville, so she has to stay. So all buses have been sold out. So right now she needs a place she can crash. So all right, I got a place here. You know, stay in my, you know, daughter's room and whatever. She's with her mom. You know, crash here, relax, and you know, a couple of days, and you know, once you get, if this storm does go through Georgia and whatnot, then what happened? But if it's just, you know, rain and a lot of wind, and it kind of killed, you know, the storm kind of kills itself going into land, then you know, she'd probably be you know, go head on and head back up to Jersey. But right now she'll be staying with me tomorrow. Right now it's just crazy what's going on with Irma right now.
Yeah, like the whole thing with the hurricane right now is like a lot of people trying to get out of there. And it's like I saw the projected quote unquote tracking. It's like we're probably going to get up here in Ohio probably Tuesday or Wednesday.
And be a lot of wind, a lot of rain, you know.
We will get wind this far north. We'll get a lot of rain. So I'm not totally sure. Like down in that direction, I mean, it's going to be bad. Like I already knew, like coming in on this general chat, Drunken One was not going to be on here. He's getting that pretty much a double whammy right now.
Yeah, so Katia right now, it's in the Gulf of Mexico, and there's no telling where that storm can go. Yeah. It may, you know, it's going to hit Mexico, but it's still churning out there. May go towards Texas, and we all know they just went through with Harvey. So, and then Jose is right behind Irma. So, you know, we're not out of the woods yet. Remember, we got 2 more months left, and I'm sure you know this, Lance, you know, till the end of hurricane season, you know, around November or something.
Well, like up here in Ohio, it's like, especially Northeast Ohio, if we get something like super late in the season, I fully expect snow early. I really do, because that always happens. That super late November hurricane that comes to the coast, we get snow before Thanksgiving, sometime before Halloween. You know, if it's early enough and it's cold enough.
Mm-hmm. And people don't want to say climate change, you know, doesn't exist. Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It does.
No, I see it here firsthand. I see what goes on around here. But let's get off that subject.
Yeah. What are you drinking tonight?
Now, right now, why did this do that? Now, right now, I'm trying to finish off those Labatt's, but this is one of the reviews. Let me take this out. Let me take out the packaging first so I can show you. This is actually what I've been drinking today. This is actually my review I did today. This is from the, Rochester Mills Brewing Company. When Worlds Collide. It is brewed in Technicolor. That's what drew me to the can when it said that.
Yes, the old movies from back in the day. In Technicolor,
not live in Technicolor, mind you, but brewed in Technicolor. It's actually for American wheat. I mean, it's actually not that bad. And I'm not the biggest fan of cloud beers at all. I'm really not.
American wheat, pale wheat, or no?
It says American wheat India Pale Ale.
Okay. A lot of these wheat beers sometimes, yeah, they can be cloudy, a little citrusy flavors at times. A bit of malt, but again, they're very popular in the summertime.
And that's why I said in my review too, I didn't really get at least me, I didn't really get the citrus in it. The wheat and the hops really stood out in this. But I even said in the review, it's like, you know what? This is something for a very, very hot day. This would be perfect.
Yeah. Yes.
This is a straight sip.
And that's the style for it. I don't see this drinking this during the winter months or fall months, especially this is when it's hot and humid. And now, I mean, tonight it's supposed to be in the 50s here. That's not a beer I would have. To me, if it's in the 50s, I'll probably a coffee stout by good people, which I have plenty of in my little cooler right now. I can definitely have that. And but right now it's if it depends on where you are across the country, summer doesn't end until the 21st or whatever. Those are the beers usually like to have, or a pale ale, maybe a lager, or definitely a pilsner. When it's still warm out. So.
Oh yeah. And like this, and this particular one is like, this must. I mean, it came out early in the year, but there's like 0 on it at all. There's nothing on their official webpage about this beer.
Right.
So I was going nuts trying to find some information for the review, and it's like there was nothing. So I wouldn't just think totally blind. I'm literally the first person ever to review this thing, and I gotta contact them. I'm like, what's going on, guys? It's been out for a while. There's nothing on your webpage about it.
So
I hate that.
Yeah.
And we have a infamous Jesse join this video. Now I'm not sure who this is. We're gonna find out here momentarily once he turns his mic on.
Let me get another beer. Hold on, stand by. I just finished a Yingling. Like I said, that was the beer I finished when you started this chat. So I'm about to get another beer. Probably my last one of the day. I'm trying to for this weekend. A lot of some football games. More so, I'll be watching college football this weekend than the NFL. So.
No, I'm totally with you there. I'll be watching a lot of college tomorrow. So trust me, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. So let me get another beer. Stand by.
Alrighty. So we have Infamous joining us in the chat. Now I don't know if he's actually going to join in. Now the mic is off.
What are we brainwashing people about?
And we're talking beer tonight.
Well, why don't we talk about Jesus the Baby Killer?
No, we're not talking about that. We're just talking about beer.
That's boring.
Why is that?
Don't you want to release the masses from false religion?
Hey, Infamous, how you doing?
No, I made quick work of that. It's like I already saw where that conversation was going.
Okay, what was he saying?
He wanted to talk religion, and it's like, and I want to talk. One of those, yeah.
Roll. Yeah, not tonight. Yeah, so right now, drinking an old-fashioned standard brew we've all had before, and he's back again. So, infamous Jesse Leader X trouble with this. Okay. Anyway,
so, I'm not interested in trolls tonight unless you've got a double channel. I can go straight to YouTube because I'm with a strong MCN. You don't want to go down that road.
Yeah, so I'm having PBR tonight, and look, I mean, whatever you want to believe, you believe. This is my issue. I'm a very spiritual person. I have nothing against religion. I'm a very spiritual person, but my only issue I've always don't throw down your religion down my throat and try to expect me to kind of jump in and say yes, 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 and all this carrying on. I know there's a higher power out there. I know as a creator, I know things happen for a reason. I know things in our universe is being created and by someone, but some spiritual person, but I do believe in Mother Nature and things like that. But don't try to force feed it down my throat, and that's what would just turn me off.
This thing is like, I mean, I'm willing to have the conversation, but not on this particular channel.
Yeah, we're talking about beer, right? Yeah. So
I'm like, if you want to put my politics channel, you're more than welcome. I'll have the 5-hour conversation. No problem. Not here.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And you're rocking PBR right now. Did I see that right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm rocking that tonight. This is going to be because earlier, me and my coworkers, we had a couple of after we got off work. We knocked a couple of back, and then I went to go take care of some things with my wife's cousin. He had to take care of some stuff, and then you get him situated. He's working on his truck, so that's when I'm all this running in. I said, all right, that was 2 beers, 2 light beers, bullshit light beers, and yes, yeah. It begins with the letter K, and we'll leave it right there.
Yeah, we'll leave it right there. Trust me.
Yeah, but hey, their sales are pretty good, so I guess they'll be around for a while. But so then came home. I had my 3 of those. My 4th beer was the Yingling Light, so this is my 5th, and I'm going to chill for the night.
There you go. Like my one thing with PBR is I mean, I don't mind drinking PBR. I drink it very infrequently, but I use it mostly to cook what I got in my fridge.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you use it to cook with? What do you use it to cook with? Like brats or
sauces and brats.
Chili, things like that?
Sauces and brats.
Okay.
Which a lot of people do because it's really good that way.
Right.
Like drinking it, it's like, I don't even want to those hipster guys, all right?
Yeah. For the price, for the weekend I had it, and when I bought it that last weekend. Me and 2 people were here. We're just watching this past Sunday, going to the Labor Day holiday. We were watching, a lot of the games. Those 2 games that were on Sunday, and we were watching that, and USC, UCLA, and Texas A&M, and this one, West Virginia and Virginia Tech, and just back and forth, just drinking and screaming at the TV, and my wife had to come in like, cut that noise down. I said, hey, all right. So we're just watching the games, just hanging out. And good thing, these guys live right down the street, so they were able to make their way home. So they didn't drive far away, but
good.
Other side of town. So that's basically what I did, and so nothing really special, and it was a good price, $8.99 for the 12. And I said I got 3 more cans of this left, and so. And I purchased some more. Again, some cheap beers this week. And I did 2 reviews, actually. I don't know if you've seen them. One was the Freshest Ellis, and then another one from Good People, the Juco something Southern IPA by Good People. One of their, I guess, seasonal IPAs. And I did 2 reviews of that. So, and so I'm trying to keep the reviews steady, but,
No, I understand.
Things going on. Life happens.
Like me, my review season, I'm so far behind right now. I should be in the upper 20s right now. So I understand exactly what you mean.
But how many of those, what is it called? What's the name of that beer right there? When Worlds
Collide. It's like a bad 1950s B movie. That's how the route they went.
Okay. Now, how many of them? So, what's your view of the beer? Pretty good. A good wheat ale.
I mean, it's good given the style. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I only gave it a 4 out of 5 because this is one of those beers you have to have when it's super hot outside. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how many now? Your beer refrigerator, is it pretty full? A lot of beers, with macros, adjuncts, some pilsners, some Euro lagers, some stouts and whatnot.
Okay, but here's what I do, because my old apartment my new apartment is very tiny, and I do that at choice. So I had one of those bachelor refrigerators, quote unquote, right?
Right.
So you know what I'm talking about. So it's one of those ones where I gotta plan and plot weeks out what I'm gonna buy, because if I buy a lot of beer, it's gonna crowd everything. I don't like putting it out in a cabinet because it gets warm. I don't trust it. One of those deals. So it's excuse me. So it's one of those ones where I gotta buy, even though I have money allocated for it, I gotta buy on a week-to-week basis, knowing that it's on a shelf.
Right.
And I hate doing that. Even though, like, the other review I did today, and I'll show you. This is from Yard Docs over in Canton. This is Letterhead. This was actually scheduled, but it took me a couple of weeks. So I slid it in, because this is actually the only beer I was reviewed today, but I saw the other one. So it does happen.
Yeah. So what do you spend, and not to get too personal, Lance, what do you spend overall, just, knowing that you got something in the fridge to drink, what do you say you throw down just for to hold you over until next, I guess pay period, I guess, what do you usually spend
Okay, now
some stuff to have around the house?
Now I split it into two parts. I do the regular beer and the reviews. So the regular beer, on Sunday afternoon, I buy a 12-pack of whatever. And it's usually Labatt's, right? So what I do is I'm going to buy that up front, knowing it's going to last me the whole week through the general chat. That's what I normally do. Now, I have a different money allocated for the reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not going to mix that money unless it's something very, excuse me, very specific. Like this morning, I saw a lime Labatt's. So I threw it on the list, but I'm not necessarily sure I'm going to review it yet.
Yeah. Okay. I would guess Labatt's is pretty cheap up there because you're close to, even you're in Ohio, and I don't know the distance between Ohio and Canada, but, Michigan, boom, and then you're up in, up to Canada. But I'm sure Labatt's, because of this location, is a lot cheap because we get Labatt's here, but we want to get the 6-pack of Labatt's, Labatt's Bleu, 6 and that runs about $8.99 down here.
A 6-pack?
So, yeah, 6-pack, yeah.
I can walk down the street to Circle K and get it for $3.99.
Yeah, see, whatever. Again, regions, it's somehow it works that way. Regions, you can get, because of the location of where that beer is brewed at and made at, Ohio, Canada. Yes, we know there's a distance, but still, that's pretty good. For a good price, for a 12-pack. Mm-hmm. Sadly, it's what it is, and unfortunately, I'm at the hijack of these, these style of beers, those regular beers, PBR, Milwaukee's Best Light, Best Lager, or now Best Premium, of course, the usual Bud Miller, of course, but the budget ones, just to have beer in the refrigerator, Beast, Rolling Rock, whatever, and they're about reasonably priced. So, but,
and I'm with you. I'm with you there. It's like here in Akron, like, if I want a good beer, I got to travel. I mean, really travel. I'm going to Cleveland, Pittsburgh, or Columbus. I mean, there's stuff here in town, but it's so sporadic. It's a lot of hit or miss. That's why I can't throw up the numbers like these other reviewers can, because of that reason. And that is very problematic.
Yeah. So it's what it is, but, and I always said, for the price and quantity, beer is better than wine or spirits.
Yes, it is. And the other thing I want to say about Rochester, They had the big open mouth pop tops.
Wow, that's a big one right there.
Yeah, like the government finally started letting people use that again about a year and a half ago. They outlawed it in the mid-'70s. Even though I saw it bootleg from time to time throughout the years, but it's one of those ones where, like, what Rochester, that's their thing. I'll get it, even though there's even the Crowlers are ceiling issues.
Right. Wow, that's incredible.
You know, what's going on down in your world, down in your part of the world as far as beer?
Beer wise right now, really not much. Again, that the Southern JUCO that I did, that was sort of kind of brand new by good people. But overall, a lot of the breweries, again, the big thing, I guess, is how you maintain and keep your growlers. How do you keep those growlers fresh? You know, and I think people have to understand you can't keep growlers, you know, into a once a week thing, you know, whole expecting you're going to expand it, you know, further out. You have to do it, sample it right then and there. You know, and I think that's been the thing that, you know, a lot of these service stations are kind of concerned right now, because some service stations seeing the success. There's one service station across the bay, you know, if you go down Mobile Bay, on I-10 eastbound, headed towards, you know, Fairhope and, you know, places like that. Daphne, you know, some like I think there's right now just 2 service stations that I know that you can go bring your growler and get beers you want. I know it's very popular up there. Illinois does it. I know Ohio does it. I know some places do it as well in the Midwest, and some places in the East. And of course, we're late to get things here in the Southeast, the Bible Belt. But yeah, where people were saying, well, how do I keep my beer fresh? I said, well, that's the thing. You don't. You just sample growlers and you chug them right then and there. You don't hold it to 2 days or another day, because once it's done, pop open, you try to keep it and sealed in for another couple of days, then it's going to go bad.
No, honestly, I think it's a little bit different, because, like, I'm actually making crowlers, not growlers, as far as the wide tops.
Okay.
But,
right. Those big wine, you know, bottle, you know, things that you go, you know, this, you know.
Now with growlers, when I go get a growler, when I do from time to time, I know immediately I'm gonna get a small growler, not a large one, which is a huge mistake a lot of people make. They get the big 32-ounce one. I tell people, no, get the 16 to 24-ounce one.
Right.
And I tell myself, the moment they put it in there, I'm on the clock. I got 48 hours to finish this thing off. I mean, and that sounds strange to say, but it's like, after 48 hours, the quality, and this is me putting it in the fridge, mind you,
right,
the quality goes way down. I mean, that's just me in my head. I mean, you might have another philosophy on that, but I always told myself that, because I've experimented with that. I've sat on growlers for a week in the fridge, and I can tell. Versus I started backing down days.
Right.
And I figured 48 hours is my 40 hours my wheelhouse.
No. Yeah. Do you share them a lot with some of your people come over? Do you share it, or you try to, you know?
Very rarely I share it unless that person sends me for it.
Okay.
Now growlers, I mean, they're meant to consume and consume fast.
Right.
So with growlers, I don't normally drink it in a glass like this. I drink it in a shot glass for that reason, because I want to sit and enjoy it. So it really, it's so maybe because I'm just weird.
Yeah. So it's kind of odd, but you know, outside of that, there's a place in Mobile, here in Mobile, Soretta, the coffee shop. They're opening up, which I thought they had opened up already, but I guess they've been a couple of delays. But they're going to open up a brewery in downtown Mobile at this old tire shop, and many thought they were going to be opening around the time of the Dolphin Street Beer Fest, but so far it hasn't happened yet. And And so they're kind of going to be pushed back. Things are going to probably be delayed for maybe a good while until all that it gets settled and taken care of. But maybe until about the time maybe middle of the fall season. I don't know. We'll see. But we're kind of excited about it because we had a brewery here. It disappeared. Another brewery then disappeared again. And people love craft beer here in our area here in the state. And of course, about all the beer companies throughout the state of Alabama.
Now my question would be is like I'm not totally familiar with the Gulf Coast. The stretch from Biloxi and Pensacola, this is a big scene down there. You call it the entire stretch.
Mm-hmm. The I-10 corridor, yeah, as we like to call it, go far as from I guess part of New Orleans, going all the way until you get to Pensacola, Florida.
Oh, it's a bigger stretch than I'm talking about then.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So, yeah, I love craft beer. A lot of companies from there. You got some beer breweries in Mississippi, which shocked me that they were, even though Prohibition had ended in 1933, the state itself was still banning alcohol until 1960.
Well, a lot of that is blue laws too, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. Right. So, but some good breweries in Mississippi. Lazy Magnolia, I'm sure you probably heard of them.
Yes, I have.
You have breweries like let's see, Chandlerflower. I think it is. I could be butchering the name. Forgive me. Based in Gulfport, Mississippi. Of course, about Abita. About a lot of other breweries in Louisiana. Several of them. Of course, Alabama. Good People. Band of Brothers. Back 40. Straight to Ale. Fairhill Brewery. I mean, many. Going to Florida, you got Grafton. You got Cigar City. You got several, the makers of High Lie, Cigar City. I mean, several breweries here. So things have changed from what they were 10 years ago. And then again, maybe going back, I came in here in 2006. So, yeah, so 10 years now, 11 years, going 12, 13 years. Things have really changed within this stretch of the Gulf Coast. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't totally sure. That's why I asked.
Yeah. So, outside of that, really not much else. I guess, like I said, 2009, the law changed where we were able to get beers of higher alcohol, where you could start selling beers of higher alcohol. In 2009, here in the state of Alabama, everything was under 6%. And then around 2009, they said, all right, we're going to start selling beers over 6% in the state. So even though you did have some craft breweries who were still selling some stuff, but it was only at the brewery or at their taverns you can buy it, or sample it, but that's it. You couldn't buy it legally. So.
Okay, yeah, I totally understand that. It's like individual state laws. Like I can't speak for Alabama, but it's like here in Ohio, they just raised the law to I think 18.9%, which is pretty high, but it's not. But you're right in line with a lot of the other states that do that. So I totally understand that.
So kind of feeling good about that. So yeah, outside of that, really not much else. I also, we know there's talk within the state about people purchasing beer or anything alcoholic maybe 2 hours earlier here on Sundays. Once midnight hits Sunday, it's no alcohol sales whatsoever from 12 midnight up until 12 noon. Now, people want to bring their families, to, go to different taverns or Sunday brunch, after church place you can go eat with the family after church service or whatever. But you want to go get a brunch and, you want to get a Bloody Mary, whatever, or mimosa. You pronounce it, the one with the orange juice and champagne drink.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, so you would go to these places, let's say at 10 o'clock, but you couldn't really, at the bars or whatever, they couldn't serve it because of the state law. So now they're talking and possibly there's been kicking around. Nothing has really been official yet to raising it to 10 o'clock. So folks can go. And believe me, there are guys that I've seen at sports bars at 11:30 who show up, watch the pregame, just want to go watch their football game, and say, hey, can we get a beer? Sorry, sir. We got to wait till 12 noon. So, and what's an amazing thing, there's some states, some counties in the state, distance between, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, saying, the counties just to say, hey, sorry, guys, we ain't selling alcohol on Sunday. Sorry. Even though the whole state is, it's okay, you can sell it, but from on 12 noon, you're good. 12 noon local time, but still, other counties are going to say, no booze. Sorry, we're dry.
Yeah, and a lot of that's a county by county basis. Like here in Summit County, we can start on Sundays. We can actually start selling beer at 10 a.m. But out like liquor or wine, we can't start till noon. So it's a really weird situation. Like when I live in Phoenix, they can start selling beer on Sundays at 9 a.m. So it's one of those ones to where it really depends on where you live.
Yeah. Well, we understand people want to be safe, but still, I just feel that, adults make adult decision. As the guy said, Stephen Dorff, when he was smoking that electric cigarette, it's vapor. Hey, you look at the camera, hey, folks, we're all adults here,
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do adult decisions, So.
Yeah, speaking of which, what in the world are you smoking?
I'm not smoking anything right now, just a little cigarello.
Oh, you're just chewing on it. Gotcha.
Yeah. I had it on my mouth right now. I see what you got right there. I said, all right. I purchased it. I'm going to try to smoke one tonight before I go to bed and smoke another in the morning and,
I gotcha.
Relax. So,
I fear I asked. I saw you hold, and I fear what in the world's going on there. It's like if it was a good cigar, I was going to ask you about it.
Yeah. This is the flavor from company, and people say maybe from the hood store, but Four Kings.
I've seen that one. Okay.
Yeah. So.
I've seen that sitting on the shelf. Like I haven't had it yet.
In the hood, if you go to the the service station and say, "Hey, what you need?" I say, "There it is. That's what I need right there."
Oh, okay. Like I'll return a favor as far as the question. Like up here in Ohio, like in Northeast Ohio, a whole lot of nothing is going on right now. I mean, a ton of nothing.
Craft beer or events and things like that.
I mean, there's events going on, yeah, but it's like, as far as craft beer, like, as far as openings, who's doing what, things like that, there's a whole lot of nothing. Because a lot of it is up here, the school year just started. So a lot of people, including the companies themselves, are concentrated on, like, getting their kids to school. I think it's going to break open probably after Halloween.
Okay.
And it's going to be, like, really busy up to Thanksgiving. And after that, it's going to be dead. And probably till Valentine's Day.
Right.
Like it does every single year.
Well, I'm sure, like I said, those are usually the time when when the weather's cooler, you can put on their jackets and relax, and just chill. And that's the time, people can go out and do whatever, feel like, hey, let's have some fun. And, the weather's perfectly, let's go to one of these events, these festivals, and just enjoy ourselves,
Yeah, well, like we had the big events, the big festival in Denver this week, and it's like that's taking a lot of people's time right now.
What's that? The
GABF?
Yeah, that's the Great American Beer Festival. Yes,
that's what's going on right now this week. Is like, and I know a lot of people went to that, and it's like I just didn't want to go.
Yeah. Oh, when's the last time you went?
I never went, but I never wanted to. I mean, I want to go, but I didn't want to go this year.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting who's going to what beer will stand out, particularly the beers in the lager category, American style adjunct lager category or whatever. You know, usually the winners usually tend to surprise a lot of people. Was it a year ago? They said, what was it that won? Miller Lite 1 year won some for in his category, which kind of threw me off my chair. It's like, what the fuck, Miller Lite? What? You know.
It must have been a
So
weak competition that year, you know.
yeah, probably so. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
like
so.
a big event like that is like for me to go. I always wanted to go to that event, but the flip side is like that's a lot of remotes, a lot of interviews, a lot of taping, a lot of editing. That's just like someone like me as a reviewer. That's just a lot of time to put in. I mean, I'm working versus actually enjoying myself.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice, you know, to go to there and talk to people. Most of my videos, I just do it straight live. I just don't, you know, I don't edit. If you see most of my videos, I very rarely edit any of them. I just, we're going live straight. That's how it is. Boom, boom, boom. This is how it's going to be. You know, we're not going to, you know, try to change stuff here and there. I'd rather do it that way because it's better. Like, and some unpredictability, you know.
Like with me, I rarely edit my videos. Now, like, but since most of the time I record indirect, I might have to, you know. So it really depends on the person as far as like filming. And I'll be the first person to admit I'm not the greatest reviewer in the world. I'm not professional. I can't lay out a 15-minute review. You know, I can depending on what it is, but I just choose not to.
So I'm the same way. I ain't trying to say I'm the best, but I just do my best and, you know, try to do my research before I go ahead and, you know, start yapping my mouth, you know, about this beer, that beer, you know. So.
Oh yeah, it's like this one thing with me is like one of the few things I do check when I do a review is like, am I doing a review first? If not, I'll run with it. Like if so, how long ago did they do it? And they meet the minimum criteria, I'll do a review. Unless it's something I really, really, really want to review.
Right.
Which is like one of those ones to where like I saw some stuff on the shelf today that somebody did a review like recent. But it's one of those ones where I'm going to review it myself because I actually like it. Because I have, honestly, I think this, in my current season, I have not done a liquor review. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Which is a rarity. I try to mix 2 or 3 a season in.
So.
Yeah, I know liquor is a completely different ball game. I know.
Yeah, I can't deal with that right now. Like I said, anytime at a party I'm going to be at, if I'm doing with liquor, I'm saying, hey, just you got to have a beer. I'm bringing whatever I'm going to drink or some red wine, which, you know, I still drink from time to time. But I realize there are some good beers I can pair with some pasta and some lasagna, like an IPA or something like that, you know.
You know, like I know, like in December, one of the bourbon distilleries in my area is about to come online. I already know I'm going to review that one. I already know that for a fact. So it's one because they asked me by request to review it, and I told them like, you know what, like don't give me the bottle. I go out and buy it myself because showing I'm not biased. I'll pay the premium price and I'll sit there and I'll review it. And I have no problem with that because it's going to be 100% totally blind because nobody's had it before. Well, not on video platform, obviously.
Yeah.
So we'll see as far as that one. That one should drop probably the second week of December because they're releasing that one per the state Black Friday. What they told me. Excuse me. So we'll see.
Right. What is what is your plans for now? You still brew, right?
Yes, I did. Now, here's my
Okay.
plan. Like, I got some other stuff going on right now that's personal, so I haven't brewed anything right now. Now, I was going to make a Christmas ale, and I said pass on it, and there's a reason for this. I just don't have the time and the space the way I want to do it. Because I was going to make 3 batches. The regular Christmas ale, the bourbon barrel, and a brandy barrel. I don't have the space. My apartment's so small. So that's out.
Right.
So I decided it's like I'm probably gonna brew something next week. And that's my plan. I just don't know yet, but I'm still brewing. Now I did start a webpage last week, which is LTL Brewing. So outside my webpage or here, that's the fastest way to get updates from me. The absolute fastest way. And Rod J just chimed in and says, "What's up, guys? Hey, I'm doing well there, man."
What's going on, Rod J?
So I have stuff going on right now. The brewing thing has not gone away. I'm sticking to my plan. So keep that in mind. So people that's watching this live, who's never seen me before or might watch it on a replay, understand something. I have a 2-year plan of what I want to do. And go back and watch one of my videos. It states what my 2-year plan is. I will have something, or at least close to something, in 2 years. So trust me on that. And it will not be like one of those crazy things like the people doing now. It'd be one of those small corner establishments. So stay tuned. All right, sorry, John.
Okay, that's fine. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Definitely. So, let's see what else got going on. I guess really that's about it right now. I guess we're getting to the fall season. Beers like one beer I want to try to get again. I wish was reasonably priced. Barra Moretti La Raza. I like that one a lot. I wish I can get that reasonably priced. I wish it was in a bomber instead of in the bottles. But if I can get that beer again, that's a good beer to have around Thanksgiving or Turkey. But I'm trying to think of a good beer to have during the holidays. That is, or in October. That's reasonably. I'm not big on Oktoberfest. I'll have them. I'll try them, but I'm not big on them.
Okay, now
it's very reasonably priced that I can enjoy with my Thanksgiving meal. Everybody says, "Well, Boston Lager, or Black and Tanner or Yingling." I say, "Yeah, but I want something that has a little bit of a sweetness to it." And don't tell me malt liquor. No.
Okay, now here's what I suggest. If you're talking Thanksgiving only, you're on a. This is just my opinion. Don't take me on this. I would suggest a smooth drinking, very dark beer. I mean, I know
that's a weird dark
combo.
beer like Old Rasputin, something like that.
Not necessarily mainstream, but it's like something that's very smooth. I mean, it can be a bourbon if you want, but like something very
Foreign
smooth.
Extra Stout. I like that Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. I was really impressed with that one. The Foreign Stout, I really liked it. I think that little hinge of sweetness to it. I thought that was a really, really good stout. Really good dark beer to have.
No, what I'm saying is like I'm talking about a low APV. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like at least on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. My wife will try to get me say, "Hey, let's go shopping. We're going to get some stuff for Christmas." Oh,
jeez.
Yeah, and that's what I need to do next right now. I got so much shit I got to do. I got her birthday. I got my niece's birthday coming up. I got her, and I got to take care of. Her birthday is going to be around the corner. Her birthday's on the 26th. I'm like, and then comes Thanksgiving and the holidays. So I got a month of October really make a killing. And plus, I'm trying to go home for Christmas to be with my family for Christmas too. So.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Yep. So going up to Jersey to see the folks for Christmas, spend a week up there.
You sound so excited.
Well, I just want to make sure everything is taken care of in the house first. Then have a little something. Like I said, the summer was not really good for us work-wise or with our company. It was okay, it was steady, but it wasn't as steady as it was back in June and October. Back in March, April, May, June, we were making a killing. By the time July hit, it was like, ugh, dead.
I understand that.
So, so people don't want to get married in the hot sun. I don't blame them.
No. I totally understand as far as that. No, my job is the exact same ways. Like, we picked up there for like a couple of weeks or a few weeks, and it just totally fell apart. And I hate that.
So,
I mean, honestly, in all honesty, if I didn't bag all this money back in the spring, I'd be screwed. I'd be totally screwed.
Yeah. I hear you.
And it's like that's one of the reasons like my reviews have been totally sporadic all season, because like that's one of the reasons I'm so far behind, and I hate that.
Yeah. It says, well, you can ask friends to help you. And I said, and that's the worst thing. The worst thing you want to do is lean on people and then having those relationships get burned.
Well, that's
quickly.
my whole thing. That's my whole thing. Is like, I won't ask friends to help me out. I mean, that's more principle than anything else. And plus, a lot of things if they offered the money, I wouldn't take it. I'd just walk away. I would.
Because I've had to do that, and everyone says, "Well, you just got pride in you." I said, "No, ain't pride. It's just I don't want to ruin a friendship over money." And I think we've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to my mom. I've seen it happen to my dad as young as I know. People that used to come by the house don't come by the house anymore. And friends of mine who had relationships there with people that money became, because of funds. And, and we saw how that happened. One person asked me to co-sign for something. I said, no, I love you, but our friendship would be fucked if we did that happen. And, I mean, we still talk, but I'm sure she's still kind of burned by that. But I felt it was the best decision for me to make.
Now, as far as co-signing is different stories. Like, I really got to trust you. And I'm going to be down your throat all the time to make sure that loan is paid.
No trust in anything. No trust in anything. I know this person. I do trust this person, but no, I would not. I say I love you, but no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to. I'm not asking for shit. Don't ask me, and because I know friendship is going to get fucked if we did, because I'll be on the hook for that shit, and then I'll ask for my money back, and it'll be like, well, come on, and everyone says, well, you're my friend, right? Well, you're my brother, right? I love you. You're my brother. I say, yeah, man, but still, man, I'm behind. And you get to do shit, but I can't do shit. So, well, I got dreams, don't you want to be ambitious sometimes? You got to have your pride, help me out, I have a friend of mine just told me this story. Her and her girlfriend went through some shit, man. They just, she was trying to start her business. She was covering for her every time. And then she just said, look, what about me? I'm going to move down here and this is going to continue. You got to pay your rent. You got to pay your light bill. I'm hanging out with you. And, anyway.
No, I understand what you're saying. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Like, Bart Robinson's in the chat. He says, good evening, fellas. Great to see you chatting up on Friday night, John. Having a couple of cold Schaefers. I haven't heard him have a Schaefers in a long time. Or you didn't even have a good Wildwood to get cheers.
Yeah. Schaefers has a good beer. Very, very enjoyable beer. Really like Schaefers.
Yeah, that's
Can't
like
get
I
it
said, it's one
here.
of the ones I'm in a long, long time.
Can't get it here, but you know, it's what it is. So.
Oh yes.
So
So I'm trying to think anything else to talk about tonight. It's like, ugh. It's one of those,
yeah,
like I said, like you didn't join me in the beginning of the chat, but as I was saying, like the week of Labor Day is the deadest week of the year for anything far as news. It really is. And I hate that. I mean, there's more stuff goes on between the week of Christmas and New Year's, the week of Labor
yeah,
Day. I mean, everybody's back in school, everybody's working. You got pennant races, college football starts, NFL starts. I
yeah,
mean, everybody else's mind is
yeah,
occupied.
yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, speaking of NFL, man, those numbers were not great last night at all.
I
I
was at
think
work. I
maybe,
was at work during the games. So I have no idea.
yeah, I think a couple of factors played in that. Number one, when they saw 17-7, they turned off. Also, once the game kind of got in favor at halftime, they tuned in. But when it went up to when Kansas City made that touchdown play and then another touchdown play, everybody said, all right, wow. Against New England, I'll turn off. And also, you had that tennis match last night, Sloane Stevens against the new it girl in tennis
Oh yeah, the
versus
U.S.
Venus
Open.
Williams.
I forgot
Yeah,
about the U.S. Open is going on right now.
yeah. The four American women, in the semifinals last night, that audience away. So I was watching the tennis. I didn't watch the NFL. I got my little issue. Even though I'm a Giants fan, I have a little issue with the NFL because of some other stuff, and that's why I've decided this year, more so the overtime rules and other things, but more so the overtime rules in the NFL. I like the NFL. I like the college rules. I like the overtime rules in college than the NFL. I think they're a lot better, a little more excitement. But there was some other reasons with the NFL. I'm a little where I'm probably not going to be watching that many NFL games on Sundays. They use that Sundays to kind of do some work around the house, clean up, and just chill, and you know.
Well,
So
like me, like I'm a lifelong Saints fan, so I already know they're not going anywhere this year, right? So it's like,
yeah,
screw them. So
yeah.
it's
Well, in
like,
that division, anything can happen. 1 year's the Saints, 1 year's is Carolina, 1 year's Atlanta. Another year, who knows? Could be Tampa's year this year. So who
yeah,
knows?
Tampa's not going anywhere. I already know that, but it's no, it's one of those ones that the NFC South is so bad, but it's one of those ones where like the NFL don't excite me anymore. Like Sunday, I'll clean the apartment. I'll throw the Browns game on and just put it in the background to give me something to do, or something to listen to. Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah.
And Rod J said like no NFL for me this year. I'm with you, buddy. Me is all college this year. Even though my
Yeah.
Fighting Kangaroos looked really bad against Penn State last week, really bad.
Oh yeah, Penn State plays Penn Pitt tomorrow, so that rivalry's been renewed, which is kind of good. I know they used to play every year when Penn State was independent before they went to the Big Ten, and Pitt, I don't know what conference they were in. Johnny Majors and
No, Pitt
was
was
the coach.
independent for years and years and years. Like I actually missed a backyard brawl between them. That was an entertaining game.
Pitt, West Virginia, that was good entertainment. Yes, I enjoy those games. Thanksgiving night, or they would play, and or the day after Thanksgiving. Those were some fun games.
Yeah, those are the type of college games I miss because they were so fun. Even if I had no allegiance, I was just completely entertained by the game.
Yeah. So tomorrow, I mean, there's Pitt and Penn State, a little intriguing. And I was telling, that the other four games, the big four games tomorrow, are all going to kind of overlap each other. Three of the four will be on national TV, which is kind of good. The Notre Dame game, the Auburn, which is a big deal here, Auburn and Clemson, that's going to be a big deal. And I think that the Storm, Irma's not going to affect Clemson, but that's going to be, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Figure out for those of you who are watching your time zone, and then 7:30 Eastern is Notre Dame and Georgia and Ohio State and Oklahoma, and then at 8 those two games, and then at 8 it's USC and Stanford. So a lot overlapping. But again, if one of these games turn out to be a blowout, you can flip one is closer and watch that. So
like honestly, I've been more of a smaller college ball guy. I always have been.
Yeah, those games are fun. I would agree with you. I remember first college ball game I went to when I lived in Montclair State College. They had a little football team, a division. I don't know what they were. Division 3 or NAIA, but I remember going to one game to there and really had a good time, really enjoying that football game, and thought, hey man, this is not bad. The atmosphere here, and I was walking, I was a little kid, and said, I was with my aunt. She was taking classes at Montclair State. I said, what are they doing over there? Why are they drinking beer? They're drinking beer. What are they doing over there? And yeah, it was a smaller school, but yeah. But still, it was a lot of fun. That was the first college football game I went to. I mean, at that time, and I've been to a couple of others. The Whitney M. Young Football Classic is a good football game. That was Grambling against Hampton or whatever. But that game would be played start at Yankee Stadium, and then they moved to Giant Stadium, and that was sort of a big deal having a historical black college, playing up in the New York City area. That was a lot of fun, and getting, on the bright lights of Broadway. So been to a couple of those games. The atmosphere, the tailgating is just awesome for college games, more so than the NFL. I just feel,
No, I'm with you. There's like being a Mid-American Conference guy. It's like watching those smaller games with smaller crowds. As long as the game is good, they're so into it. More than the big school.
Yeah,
way more than the big school.
Western Michigan was in the – no, are they in the MAC, Western Michigan?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. PJ Fleck, who left.
Yeah, he went to Minnesota, but they played so tough. They played so tough last week at USC. I was shocked when I watched the replay of that game. Excuse me.
Those MAC schools, I mean, and I guess they consider them now the group of 5 instead of the Power 5. You got the group of 5, the MAC and the AAC and, a couple other, the WAC and a couple other, and a couple other conferences, the Mountain West. So, but yeah, those football games are really fun to watch. The atmosphere and just the excitement is just you just can't beat that. It's a lot of fun. So.
Oh yeah, that's the pure college experience. Like next week, I'm going to the Akron Iowa State game. So for you guys right now, there's no LTL.
Ames, right? Ames, right? That game Iowa State plays in Ames.
No, that's here. That's here in town in Akron.
Okay.
My understanding is there was a home and home, but both teams agreed to pay their travel cost.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're paying a price for that next year. We're paying the price for that next year.
Okay.
I mean, like, let me see something on here. I mean, it's one of those ones where we sold our soul to get that game at home.
Right.
I mean, now obviously we get the now I was thinking the return game back.
Right.
We understand that.
I'm sure the fans in Akron would love to go up to Iowa City or Ames to Iowa State, and that would be a real cool setting. Very cool setting to be at for that.
Well, it's one of those weird situations because a lot of us want to go out to Ames next year. A lot of us do. So it's really. So it's one of those ones to where I had to jump back into the schedule. Sorry about that. It's one of those ones. It's one of those ones to where we want to go out there because Iowa State is one of those weird schools that historically suck, but they have tremendous support. So it's more for us a learning experience, more than anything else. How they do it, because out in Ames, there's nothing to do. I know that. I've been to Iowa City, and there's nothing to do there. But going to Ames was as far out. There's really got to be nothing to do there. Now, next year, so you know. Now, September the 22nd next year, we'll play Iowa State, right?
Right.
The week before that, we play Northwestern. We play in Chicago. There's a skip week. There's our off week. And the week before that, our opening weekend, we play at Nebraska. So
okay.
And then now, granted, Nebraska is not what they were 20 years ago. I'll be the first person to admit that, but it's still Nebraska.
Okay.
So we got 3 money games on the road. Yeah, we'll probably make $5-6 million, but at what cost?
Right. I got you.
Yeah, that hurt. No, I really want to talk about Akron's basketball. Akron's football right now. I'm kind of mad at him right now anyway.
So.
Yeah, but I'm going to get online tomorrow night and listen to the game. Might click on ESPN3 just to see what's going on. One of those deals.
Do you have cable? Do you stream your games, or do you you one of those like me? I'm unfortunately, yes, I have satellite. I may end up cutting the cord next year and going with back to where I had before, antenna, watching the games, and streaming games. Doing one of those things. Like right now, I'm looking at as one of the games that's on tonight is actually on right now on YouTube, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm sure someone got the satellite feed. But you got all these pirate satellite websites. Whatever, you can stream it, hook it up, and stream it to your big screen TV, and just watch the football games. But but I'm one of those who wanted to kind of, because the cost of cable has gotten so high and ridiculous. But
No, what I do is normally is yes, cable is sky high, and I hate. And Time Warner, if you actually decide to watch this, I hate you. I totally hate you. I'm sick of paying $160 a month. All right.
Whoa, hey, mother, wow.
Well, I gotta have the speed because the type of uploads I do across. I have so many channels, and the files are so big. I need the speed, and plus, like, I'm on premium tier because I have BBC World and Discovery World. That forces me on the premium tier because I watch those channels. Access is the one channel I don't have. That's an extra $35. Fuck that. It's like the one music channel I actually want to watch, I can't get.
I mean, music channels, I don't know, those things still existed.
Access is a great channel, but on
wait, what channel is that? What channel?
Access, ASX.
Oh, yeah, I've heard. Yes. That's
on satellite.
The big interview. Dan Rather does the big interview of some artists.
Yeah. I love it. I love the documentaries of Saturdays. I watch them. I'm at work at the bar, but it's like on satellite, it's part of the basic package. On Warner, it's above premium tier, so I have to buy the music channel package, which I don't want. And it's like, really, guys? I'm not paying that money. And there's stuff on that channel I want to watch. I'm sorry, ran over. No, but it's like, as far as sports, I have a Roku player. So for me, I can hit the ESPN app, much as I don't like that thing also, and watch live events.
Okay.
So for me,
that's what's saving. I'm sorry, Lance. Finish up. I'm sorry.
That's one of those things where, like, there's some really oddball game out there. Like last year, I found myself watching a lot of Ivy League games towards the end of the season. It was just so much more entertaining.
Those games are fun. Harvard Yale. That looks like a fun. I saw the Harvard Yale game last year, and that's the first year we had. And I turned on NBCSN watching Harvard Yale, that rivalry game, and that was pretty fun to watch. You know, that was
they call it the game, though. Keep that in mind.
Right. The game. Yep, one of their rivalry games. Harvard Yale, same weekend as Ohio Michigan, and and Auburn Alabama, which is later on that day. And that's the thing what makes college football unique. The schedule is shorter, 12 games. 12 games. You don't put your body through a lot. The rivalry games, the tradition, the bands, it's just a lot of fun. And like I said, watching that national championship game last year between Clemson and Ohio State, I've grew up an NFL fan, and I was the teams like Rutgers and whatnot. Were never really good, and Princeton. The games we got locally obviously was Penn State, Pitt, Syracuse, Boston College, and of course Notre Dame was always on TV, so there was always watch. But locally those teams were not good, but their fan bases were there. They had a good time. But I think last year's game, kind of made me kind of slowly, switch. And of course, everything that's going on in the NFL with concussions, and of course, Mr. Kaepernick, and I'll leave that discussion for another day. But that national championship game was so entertaining, down to the wire, fun, and the overtime rules in college. Just like Monday, Georgia Tech and Tennessee. That was a great, fun game to watch. Both teams had a chance to win it, and then it was fun and entertaining. And I wasn't upbeat. I was upset where the NFL, the overtime rules is not great. And, yes, maybe I was not a fan of New England. I was pulling for Atlanta. I think the national championship was 10 times better than the NFL game. Super Bowl, in my opinion. So, but maybe call me nuts, but and that's why I'm kind of looking forward to doing more on Saturdays than Sundays. Sundays I got rest and chill, clean up, put stuff away, and smoke, drink beer, and just relax.
That's my whole thing with Sundays now. If the Browns game is on, there's a game of Westwood 1. That's the one I'll listen to it in the background while I'm doing something else. So it's one of those. So it's one of those ones like NFL. I like the NFL, but like the college game, give me the Saturday afternoon with the atmosphere all day long.
The atmosphere, the screaming, the hooting, the hollering. Yes, and again, those games, they're kids, but they've been close and fun, back and forth, and that's what I like.
Yeah, even the home team get blown out, a lot of the fans there don't care anyway. They're just having a good time. That's what I'm there for.
Yeah. I mean, Army and Stanford played at the campus in Army. Army had a great, awesome tailgate. I saw some pictures of someone who goes to Army, and they're showing the tailgate at West Point when Stanford came to play Army. I mean, the tailgate was like, damn, that was like a damn good time. I wish I was there. I was sitting up in the West Point.
Army's a different animal, too, so keep that in mind.
Right.
I mean, Army, pretty much, let's be real, Army sucked in the last 20 years up to last year. But it's like, Army is still Army. I mean, out of respect, you're going to go there and have a good time. Because you're so respect to them. That's what you do.
Yeah, so.
Oh,
definitely
man.
So.
Actually, you know what? I know there's actually 4 viewers on it right now. But I'm gonna tell you what, guys. I'm gonna get off here. I mean, I had a great conversation. I want to thank John. I want to thank John Pierre for joining me for tonight. I know this was a slow night. There's usually a lot of people on a Friday night. Like I said, there was other chats going on, so I was in competition. Now next week, I want to tell everybody this. There may or may not be a general chat only because I have that college football game to go to. So I might be prepping for that. So keep that in mind. Well, Lush fans, I want to say thank you for hanging out and watching. I want to thank John Pierre for joining me. And Eric, Lions fan, joins me all of a sudden at the very, very end. Wow. But like, even though I enjoy your Wayne County review, I really enjoy that. But this is Lance Lush for John Pierre, Bart Robinson, Rod J Beer Reviews, and I said Eric J, right? Yeah, Eric J. Eric A, excuse me. Eric A, Lion fan. I want to say thank you for being careful. I'm totally butchering this now. Thank you for watching, and be careful and remember, forget a roo.
All right. Later.